Om Shri Paramatmane Namaha Atha Dvadashodhyayah. This chapter began with a question of Arjuna. He asked which one is better. Is it the Nirguna Upasana or the Sakuna Upasana? And for that, Bhagavan Krishna is giving answers. So let us continue from Shloka 8 of chapter 12 of Bhagavad Gita. मय्येव मन आधत्स्व मही बुद्धिं निवेशय निवसिष्यसि मय्येव अथ ऊर्ध्वं न संशयः. Bhagavan is telling, Mayyeva mana adatsva, fix your mind on me. Mayyeva, in me alone, buddhim, and your intellect also, niveshaya, place your intellect on me also, on me only. That is, keep your mind and intellect on me, keep your mana on buddhi on me, which implies that the goal has to be Bhagavan and the thoughts also should be Bhagavan. If we are determined to a goal, then all our thoughts will be according to that goal only. So Bhagavan Krishna is telling, keep your intellect on me, fix your intellect on me, be determined to attain me. Then always your thoughts will be on me only. Then there is no doubt you will reach me alone. There is no doubt in it. Na samshayaha, there is no doubt in it. अथ चित्तं समाधातुं न शक्नोषि मयि स्थिरम् अभ्यासयोगेन ततः मामिच्छाप्तुं धनञ्जय. Now Bhagavan Krishna is giving a concession that if it is not possible for you to keep your mind and intellect on me alone, because in this Kali Yuga, the people have so many problems, difficulties. So if it is not possible for you, then practice it. Abhyasa yogena. There is nothing in this world which cannot be reached or achieved by practice. Everything can be achieved by practice. Maybe it will take the time may differ for some people who are well versed in that skill. It is easy for them, but not so well in that skill. It will may take time, but everything is achievable by practice. Even Brahma Vidya, understanding Bhagavan itself is attained, can be achieved by practice means, then what else cannot be achieved by practice? So Bhagavan is telling, Abhyasa Yogena, by practice, attain me. That is, by practice, continuously keep your mind and intellect on me. When it goes away to the materialistic world, again bring back. When it goes away, bring back. So like that, practice it. Keep your mind steady on me by practice. Then you will reach me gradually. अभ्यासेऽप्यः समर्थोऽसि मत्कर्म परमो भवः मदर्थमभिकर्माणि कुर्वन् सिद्धमवाप्स्यसि. Bhavan is telling, if even that practice is not possible for you, if you do not have time or you cannot, not capable of doing that practice, then do all your actions for my sake. Just when we begin an action, I am doing it for Bhagavan. All of us, many of us, we work for a company or for an organization. So just imagine like that, I am working for Bhagavan, not for that company or anything, because all that are temporary. At one day or other, we have to leave them or they will chase us out. So one day or other, we have to leave that company. But when the connection with Bhagavan, it is permanent. So just imagine, I am doing this for the sake of Bhagavan. But just have that thought, Bhagavan says. If you cannot even practice or always keep your mind and buddhi on me, then intend on doing actions for my sake, that will give you perfection. That will give the perfection of the mind, and by the perfection of mind, one can attain jnana, and by jnana, gradually moksha, liberation, you will attain me. So at least do that, Bhagavan is telling. अथैतदभ्यशक्तोऽसि कर्तुम् मद्योगमाश्रितः sarva karma phalatyagam tata kuru yatatmavan. Bhagavan is telling, if you are not unable to do even that, if you cannot do every action for the sake of me, then sorting union with me, renounce the fruits of action. Just, just renounce the fruits of the action. Don't take credit for the fruits if you get success. Even if it's a failure, just leave it. That's Bhagavan is telling. If you cannot, that is the first thing is you have to keep your mind and intellect on me. If that is not possible, by practice, try to achieve it. Even if that practice is difficult, then do all the actions for my sake. Even that is difficult, just renounce the result. Every karma will have a result. Just at that moment, renounce it. I am not responsible for it. It's only Bhagavan. That just giving the result to Bhagavan, it needs a great mind. Bhagavan is telling you the fruits of actions, but with the self-control. When we have to give the fruits of action, renounce the fruits of action, then one must really have the self-control. A person who is so passionate or who is so dull or who is always lazy cannot renounce the fruits of the action. So a person who is sattvic in nature, no, automatically the control of the senses will come. But what is important is just keep the mind on Bhagavan. Then all these are will automatically come. So renounce the fruits of action with the self-control. Yadatmavan, with the controlled self, sarva karma phalatyagi, that is, renounce all the fruits of the action. श्रेयो हि ज्ञानमभ्यासात् ज्ञानाध्यानं विशिष्यते ध्यानात् कर्मफलत्यागं त्यागात् शान्तिरनन्तरम्. Bhagavan is giving an order here. So everyone practices some way of worship. That is, we do some practice. Better than that practice is knowledge of the scriptures. We get knowledge from the scriptures, we learn it from many sources, we attend Atma Vidya classes. So, any type, but from that, attaining knowledge is better than doing practice or worshipping an ideal or just worshipping an ideal only for the sake of our desires. So, better than all that is the knowledge. Dhyanam vishishyate. That is better than knowledge is dhyana, that is meditation, practicing what we have learned. So practicing that knowledge, that is meditation, is better than that. Dhyana karma phalatyagam, that is better than dhyanam, is renouncing the result, because dhyana shantir anantaram, because by renouncing the result or not desiring for the result, one gets ultimate peace. It gives a lot of peace and contentment. So Bhagavan is just giving this order. Practicing, more than practicing any worship or chanting hymns or just like that, more than the practice, knowledge is better. Better than the knowledge is meditation. Better than meditation is renouncing the fruits of the action, because it gives ultimate peace. When we renounce the action itself, when we do not have any desires or any attachment for the result, that itself is the beginning for everything. Gradually, it gives jnana, vairagya, everything. Automatically, it will come. So, to renounce the action, we must understand Bhagavan, love Bhagavan. When we know who Bhagavan is, when we understand that it is in Him we are existing, then it gives lot of contentment and peace of mind. In the next shloka, shloka 13, Bhagavan is telling, अद्वेष्टा सर्वभूतानां मैत्रः करुण एव च निर्ममो निरहङ्कारः समदुःखः सुखक्षमी. Bhagavan is giving some qualities here. Adveshta. Dveshta means hating. Adveshta means a person who is non-hater. Non-hater towards whom? Sarva Bhutana, or all to all beings, who doesn't hate anyone, and also not only does not hate anyone, but also Maitra, Sarva Bhutanam, friendship, friend to all beings, what not only human beings, any animals or any insect, it doesn't disturb them. That's all. That is friend towards all. Karuna, compassionate nature. Nirmama, great quality. Nirmamata means it is mine. It is for me. I am doing. I can do it. I am better. This mamata, it is the root of ahankara. So this mamata, nirmama means non-attachment, which also is the which leads to nirahankara. That is, ahankara means individuality. So nirmama and nirahankara will go together. So no egoism or no attachment towards anything. Sama dukkha sukha, seeing equally sukha and dukkha, and kshami, forgiveness, forgiving everyone. Some people, they just hold on that grudge. If someone do any harm to them or insult them, they will just hold on for long years, and when the right time comes, they will strike it back. So all that disturbs our peace of mind. Anyway, once we have received insult, we have to just leave it then and there, or otherwise it will be just in our heart and prick whatever we do. Many people, it's very common to say that when we see a people that you do not have this talent, I have this talent. So then and then we have to leave it, because everyone has talent, because we are all the creation of Bhagavan. When someone says that it is out of their ignorance, I don't say that it is so easy to take it on our stride, but we have to ignore it, or otherwise, if we keep it in our heart, it will prick us for the rest of the life. And whatever talent we have, or gradually it will decrease by these words of others, which is said purposely to hurt us, or out of ignorance also. They may not know what we have, so they might have said. So, whatever it is, we have to leave it then and there. These are the great advices given by many acharyas, because keeping this grudginess will destroy us completely, will completely destroy our personality itself. So forgiveness is very important. It is not for others we are forgiving, it is for us we are forgiving. Forgiving means what? Just ignore it. Forget it. That is forgiving. So it is for us we are forgiving, not for others. That we must have in mind. Then we will have gradually develop that nature. So a bhakta or Bhagavan should have all this, and some more he says in the next shloka. सन्तुष्टः सततै योगी यथात्मा दृढनिश्चयः मय्यर्पितमनो बुद्धिः यो मद्भक्तः स मे प्रियः. Bhagavan is telling who is dear to him. There is one who is content, satisfied with what they have. They may strive for higher goals, but what they get, they must be satisfied with it. Some people, they are not satisfied with whatever they get. And they take it as a great quality also. There is no connection between the unsatisfied way of life and keeping higher goals. When we achieve a goal, definitely it's automatic to keep a higher goal, but that doesn't mean we must be unsatisfied with what we get. Because everything in this world, in this created universe, manifested world, will come with a positive and negative. Only the percentage is different. If there is 90% positive, then 10% will be negative, even in the great success. But many people, they concentrate or concern only about that negative. And they find so peaceful or happy in telling that, because they see the negative and enlarge it. That's not the right way to live. That's not the sattvika guna. So one must be content with their own achievements, or otherwise it will disturb their mind and gives the unpeaceful feeling and removes peace from us. That is what more to say. So sandushtaka, content, satatam, always, a yogi will be self-control, and santushtaka. He must be always a sandushtaka, that is content with whatever he has. Yathatma, self-control. Drita nishchayaha, a firm conviction. If he decides it, then he must do it. Firm conviction. Not one, when some people we have seen in among bhaktas, for some time they worship Bhagavan Shiv, for some time they worship Bhagavan Vishnu. There is no difference in it because all are the forms of Bhagavan. But the way we change our mind, that matters a lot. This temple they go. If they doesn't go get anything in that temple, then immediately they change the other temple. There is nothing wrong in going to all temples. There is nothing wrong in it, but the mind behind going to different temples is very important. The mind should be firm and steady with what we decide. Firm conviction. Those people who are his devotees, mind is self-content, peaceful, they can connect with Bhagavan so easily. And so Bhagavan is telling they are very dear to me. We can easily connect with that higher vibration of Bhagavan. So that is the 14th shloka in chapter 12. Next shloka also Bhagavan Krishna tells about who are very dear to him. यस्मान्नोद्विजते लोकः लोकान्नोद्विजते च यः हर्षामर्षभयोद्वेगैः मुक्तो यः स च मे प्रियः. Very beautiful value Bhagavan is telling. A person who is dear to me is, he should not disturb the world or agitate the world. Some people they go to fight with each and everyone unnecessarily. One should not disturb the world. At the same time, he must not be disturbed by the world also. Because it is common to see people who don't disturb the world. They just keep to themselves. They just keep calm and they do their work and just keep a low profile of life. Many people are there. They just don't go and disturb the world in any way. Because the world is the creation of Bhagavan. It is Bhagavan himself. But it is not common to see people keeping calm when the world disturbs them. Bhagavan is telling he should keep calm, not agitate in any way when the world disturbs him. So Bhagavan is telling he by whom the world is not agitated and who cannot be agitated by the world. This is very important. That person is priya to me. And a person who is muktaha from harsha, that is from joy, harsha, fear, that is bhaya, anxiety, vega, that is anxiety means always will this come. Some people we have seen, they are so impatient even to wait for a second. Anxiety, what will happen? I have to go there. I don't have time. So this type of anxiety, Bhagavan doesn't like. Udvega, that is anxiety. Amarsha, anger. For the drop of a pen, they get angry. So that is the high range of Rajoguna and Tamoguna combined. So the anger is the mixture of jealousy and impatience, all that leads to anger. So Amarshaya, a person who is harsha, always joy, that bhaktas are dear to me. Anapeksha suchir dakshaha udasino gadavyataha sarvarambha parithyagi yo madbhakta same priyaha. Anapekshaka, who doesn't have any wants or any need, that is, he doesn't have any desire, he just keep to himself. Suchit, always clean, purity, and daksha, capable of doing anything. Udasinaha, unconcerned, just like Bhavan said, unconcerned about anything, when just taking everything just easily, unconcerned about anything. Gadavyataha, Gadavya, free from all types of pain. Sarvarambha parityagi, that is, he doesn't take responsibility for anything else other than worshipping Bhagavan. Doesn't take any particular undertakings or commandments like sarva arambha parityagi, everything, just leaving everything. He is mad bhaktaha and also my devotee. He is very dear to me, Bhagavan is telling. यो न हृष्यति न द्वेष्टि न शोचति न काङ्क्षति शुभाशुभपरित्यागी भक्तिमान्य स मे प्रियः. Bhagavan is telling, who neither na hashyati means who neither rejoices, dveshti hates no one, shochati does not grieve for anything. Only when we take it in our mind, we worry for it, we grieve for it. It doesn't take anything in our mind. All these are external. Nothing is permanent and everything is external. So why take everything, all the rubbish in our mind? So who does not grieve, Kankshati, who doesn't desire also anything. We had desired only the external objects. So just ignoring all that, Shubha Shubha Parityahi, renouncing the good and the evil equally. Even something negative happens to us, just don't care about it, or just anything. So success come to us, just taking on the side, or it's all given by Bhagavan. Just thinking like that and not taking too much credit for it. At least being happy is okay, but taking too much credit only because of me this happened. Why only I can do it. This mamata, this feeling of ego, it keeps us at bay. And who is full of devotion, mad bhaktaha, full of devotion, he is dear to me. Sama shatrau cha mitre cha tatha manapamanayoho shidoshna sukha dukkheshu sama sanga vivarjitaha. Sama Shatru cha Mitro cha, which is very hard for anyone to follow in this world. But there are many people who doesn't care about their Shatru or Mitru. They just don't care when someone condemn them or when someone point fingers towards them. They just take it in their stride. They just don't ignore it because they in their mind that is where the Ananya Bhakti is very important. When we are a completely satisfied person, even when someone condemn us or insult us, we just don't care because we are always content. That contentment comes only by bhakti. When we are content of our achievement, that will stay on for only for some time. It is temporary. So that type of content mind Bhagavan is explaining here. Shatrocha mitrocha the sama, seeing the shatru and the mitra equally. Mana apamana, that is mana apamana means honor and dishonor. And Shidoshana, that is heat and cold, taking it equally, seeing it equally. Some great sages in the Himalayan ranges, they just feel the cold there, nor any heat. Sukha Dukkeshu, Sukha and Dukkha, taking it equally. So Bhagavan is telling about the three levels of Sangha Vivarjita, three levels of detachment. That is the detachment of the body. Only in the body the Shidoshna will affect. Heat and cold, just ignore it. And the next level, mind, manas, it affect the Sukha, Dukkha. Sukha and Dukkha affects the mind. And Mana, Apamana affects our intellect. When someone say about our talent or our knowledge, then we feel that we just blast off. So that is taking everything equally. And accordingly, when someone praises, we just go to cloud nine. So both are not necessary, Bhagavan is telling, because all are the manifestation of Bhagavan. Everything is the manifestation of Bhagavan. So what is there to praise and to condemn? So nothing is there. Only all these will come automatically by Ananya Bhakti. So just ignore the three levels of attachment. Sangha Vivarjidaha, free from all types of attachment. तुल्यनिन्दास्तुतिर्मौनी सन्तुष्टो येन केनचित् अनिकेतस्थिरमतिः भक्तिमान् मे प्रियो नरः. Tulya Ninda Studihi. Ninda means condemning a person, insulting a person. Stuti means praising one. So taking both that equally, seeing both equally. They are praising or they are insulting my external thing. I am Brahman, I am Atma. This thought is very important. It's very hard to get this thought. But when a person has this thought running in the back of the mind, then nothing can disturb them. He is really a brave person. So he is a brave, valiant person. Okay, can say. Mauni, just be silent in all situations. Some people react to each and every comment on them, positive or negative. But just keeping calm, it's a great sign of bhakti. It is a great sign of respecting Bhagavan. Even the person who hates us, or the person who condemns us, or the person who insults us purposefully, they are all the creation of the Bhagavan. If you respect Bhagavan, then we have to respect them also. The nature is their own creation, but the creature, that jiva, is the part of Bhagavan. So that's how the great bhaktas will react. They just don't care of anything, always content, mauni, silent, sandushta, ever content towards everything. Aniketa, who doesn't have any permanent place to stay, which doesn't mean that they are just going here and there like beggars. No. This place, whatever house we build, whatever great buildings we have, many buildings, many houses one may own, but they are not their permanent place. In the end, everyone is homeless only. Everyone is homeless in the end, in spite of how many houses we have. We cannot take this anywhere, so we have to leave it, and that will become someone else's place only. So, Aniketa means one must understand the core meaning of it. Bhagavan doesn't say that you must wander on the road. It is not like that. Even if we have a permanent place to stay or a place to be there, it is not our permanent place. Our permanent place is the Paranidhana, that Bhagavan. We exist in Bhagavan and we will exist in Bhagavan only. For the time being, to do our karmas, we have a place to stay. That's all. Sthira Mati, that steady mind. We may have all these thoughts at one time, but when someone insults us, that's all gone. Everything is gone. So Bhagavan is telling not like that. Sthira Mati, steady mind. Bhaktiman, full of devotion for me. All this is possible and all this will come automatically when we have full devotion. That is steady and desireless, motiveless desire to Bhagavan, devotion to Bhagavan, then everything will come automatically. He is very dear to me, Bhagavan says. And the last shloka of this chapter, the shloka 20, in that shloka Bhagavan says, Ye tu dharmyamrutamidam yathoktam paryupasate shraddhadhana matparamaha bhaktastetiva me priyah. One who follows this dharmyamrutam, this immortal dharma, this law of life, he is very dear to me. One who follows all this dharma, he is dear to me. So Bhagavan is telling what all a bhakta should have. When a person has ananya bhakti towards Bhagavan, then all these qualities will come to him automatically. So these are the dharma to be followed by a bhakta of Bhagavan. And so with these words, Bhagavan ends this chapter. That is the 20th shloka, that is the last shloka in this chapter 12 of Bhakti Yoga. This chapter began with a question of Sri Arjuna. He asked Bhagavan Krishna, which one is well versed in yoga, whether worshipping you, that is the Saguna Brahman with the form and attributes, or worshipping Nirguna Brahman who doesn't have any form or attributes or any qualities. And for that, Bhagavan said, even the worshippers of Nirguna Brahman, who is imperishable, infinite, that is omnipresent, omniscient, they will also come to me only. They will reach me in the end. But it is very difficult to practice Nirguna Upasana because when we are attached to our form, we will have that form in our mind only, any form to worship in our mind only. So it is very difficult. If not, it will give a lot of pain to our mind. So it is better to worship their form and be devoted to me. Ever always think about me, be devoted to me, do all actions for me. Then I will take care of that bhakta, Bhagavan Krishna says. And he says that a person who is content always and who is always happy, who thinks that everyone is their friend, who doesn't hate anyone, because all are the creation of Bhagavan, who doesn't hate anyone, who doesn't have much desires, who doesn't have any other goal other than Bhagavan, always self-content with this mana and buddhi, always dedicated to me and very clean, doesn't have any other desires. And he says about so many things from in the last few shlokas. If a person follows all that dharma, then he is very dear to me, which implies that that such a person with that quality, he can connect with Bhagavan so easily. If all the bhakta, whoever think of me, I will save them. Bhagavan is giving this promise to we bhaktas. So with this ends the 12th chapter, Bhakti Yoga. Om Tat Satiti Srimad Bhagavad Gita Su Upanishatsu Brahma Vidyayam Yoga Shastre Shri Krishna Arjuna Samvade Bhakti Yogo Nama Dvadashodhyayah. With the grace of Bhagavan Krishna, we have completed 12 chapters, and in my next video, I will continue the 13th chapter. Yatra Yogeshwara Krishna Yatra Partho Dhanurdaraha Tatra Sri Vijayor Bhuti Druvani Tirmatirmama Om Shri Krishna Arpanamastu.